Alrighty guys, we're back for some Convocasaurus, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that brand new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Speaking of that Patreon, this was a patron suggestion, so thank you so much for the suggestion. It's gonna be a fun one. Rocking Ancient Imperiosaur here on the top end. It's a 7 mana 6/6 dinosaur with Convoke, so your creatures can help you cast this spell. It has Trample and Ward too. Ancient Imperiosaur enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it for each creature that convoked it. Pretty solid, guys, especially if you can do something like give it haste. So we do have some ways to give it haste in here, but first of all, how are we going to help convoke this out? So we got plenty of ways to go wide, like Gleeful Demolition. We have 3 of them. It's a 1 mana sorcery speed. Destroy target artifact. If you controlled that artifact, create 3 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. So we have plenty of artifacts or ways to get artifacts packed in here, like Rabbit Battery is an artifact creature. It's an equipment rabbit. It's a 1 mana 1/1 with haste, and it has reconfigure for 1 red mana. Equipped creature has +1/+1 and has haste, so that'll be perfect to equip to the Ancient Imperiosaur, huh? And then hopefully just win the game with one swing. Well, not one swing, but you guys know what I mean at that point in the game. We also have Sticky Fingers. It's a 1 mana aura. Enchanted creature has menace, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. When enchanted creature dies, draw a card. Not half bad, it really isn't, guys. Those treasure tokens will come in handy. We can always pop the treasure tokens since they're artifacts for the Gleeful Demolitions, and then also we could just ramp with them too, or mana fix for that matter. We got all 4 Gala Greeters in here. Since we are slamming a bunch of creatures on the board all the time, there's just a ton of reasons to have Gala Greeters in here, right? So it's a 2 mana 1/1 with Alliance. And whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. So put a +1/+1 counter on Gala Greeters, or create a tapped treasure token, or gain 2 life. And so it could be as simple as just a drop in a Gleeful Demolition on one of your treasures and then activating all 3 right away, right? And if you have a couple Gala Greeters on the board at that point, then you're really popping off with them, right? So the Gala Greeters was in the original suggested deck list, and I love the addition here, I do. We've got all 4 Riveteers Requisitioners. It's a 2 mana 3/1, and when it dies, you create a treasure token. It's got Blitz for 2 and a red, which could come in handy. Have a single Reckless Impulse. This could also be a Ren's Resolve, and maybe we want more of these. I believe the original suggestion had 3 to 4 of them, and it makes sense. It's great to see stuff off the top all the time, right? So got a couple Rouse Reinforcements going wide with Elementals. Got a couple Burning Sun's Fury as another way to give haste to the Ancient Imperiosaur. So it's a 2 mana instant speed. Keep your eye on this card, by the way. So it's a 2 mana instant speed. It has Convoke, so of course our creatures can help us cast it. Up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. Dude, just not bad at all, honestly. Got a Rebel Salvo here. Sometimes we need to do 5 damage to something, and sometimes we'd like that thing to lose indestructibility. So has affinity for equipment, so it costs 1 less to cast for each equipment we control. In this deck, it's just the Rabbit Battery, but still, I think that's enough, and we don't mind playing this out for 3 mana because, yeah, you gotta take care of Shieldred when it drops, you know what I mean? So I like this as a 1-of here. 3 Squeeze, helping us go wide, and it has haste, which will come in handy because we also have a Samut, Vizier of Naktamun. I have no idea if I pronounced any of that right, but it's a 3 mana 2/3 with First Strike, Vigilance, and Haste. Wow, 3 keywords, guys. That's pretty decent. It is a legendary creature. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, if that creature entered the battlefield this turn, draw a card. So that could be as simple as Rabbit Battery or Squee all having haste, or like blitzing down the Riveteers Requisitioner, or giving the haste to other creatures like with Burning Sun's Fury or reconfiguring the Rabbit Battery. Pretty decent, guys. Could be a great way to keep our hand nice and stocked too, huh? Okay, closer to the top end, we got 3 Stoke the Flames, but we probably don't cast this down for 4 too often. We're probably convoking it out. 4 damage is decent, to say the least. Kind of underplayed right now. I'm surprised we're not seeing more Stoke the Flames just scattered through all the different red builds, but yeah. We have a Mishra's Onslaught here. It's a 4-mana instant speed. You get to choose one of these. So you can create 2 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens. So that could come in handy. You could pop one of the artifacts for a Gleeful Demolition, for example. Or creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn. Not bad, guys. If you're wide and use full swing and the opponent's taking some to the face instead of like trading out their creatures or something, and then you drop a Mishra's Onslaught and give them all +2/+0, you could just wrap up the game then and there. So yeah, that being at instant speed is going to be very important. Of course, we already went over the Ancient Imperiosaur. Check out this mana base, guys. All the rare dual lands this time. And the main reason is the double green in Imperiosaur. Since we're not going wide with like too many green creatures. Oh, I also skipped over Jewel Thief, didn't I? Poor Jewel Thief, man. It's a 3-mana 3/3 Vigilance Trample. When Jewel Thief enters the battlefield, you create a treasure token. So it could be good ramp, could be a good way to use the Gleeful Demolition. Yep, just a really solid card overall. Also, a really good one to give haste to off of the Burning Sun's Fury or the Rabbit Battery, because yeah, just Vigilance Trample is decent. Realistically, I guess, yeah, no, either one is pretty good. Because the Rabbit Battery gives it +1/+1 as well, so it would be a 4/4 Vigilance Trample with haste at that point. But yeah, of course, you can instantly use that treasure token that is generated because it doesn't come out tapped for that reconfigure too, which is kind of insane, right? So yeah, all the dual land, because we got the double green in Ancient Imperiosaur, and since we don't have too many green creatures in here, that might actually be hard sometimes, and most of the creatures that we're going wide with are actually red. So yeah, I just opted for all of these. I've actually been struggling pretty hardcore with 2 color mana bases too, so hopefully this is fine. Also opting for a Mirrex. This could be another way in the mid game to get creatures on the board too, which you never know. You know, we got like a going wide strategy, and I'll tell you what, is I guess Mirrex is my favorite land right now because it's been making an appearance everywhere, huh? Heavily leaning towards red. We got a Crucible and a Who Endures, and maybe 2 Crucibles would not hurt anything because extra spirits and everything, and there's probably plenty of times where we actually just use Crucible for the spirits in a deck like this, but we only have 23 land. With all this ramp, I think 23 is actually going to be perfect, and all the Convoke as well. Some honorable mentions, guys. This is not a Devilish Valet build. If you're looking for a Gruul Valet, we put together a list a couple weeks ago at this point, and you can go check that out. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description, if I remember by some miracle, right? So yeah, it's not a Valet build, although it could have been pretty cool in here. Same thing with like Stimulus Package with the treasures from Gala Greeters and Jewel Thief and Requisitioner and Sticky Fingers. This could be a great way to just get creatures on the board and going wide, but maybe at that point we'd want extra Alliance creatures on the board like the Valet, right? And then Reckless Stormseeker was in the original suggested list as a way to give haste to the Imperiosaur, and I really love Stormseeker. But I wanted to try out the Burning Sun's Fury instead, since we already have so many ways to convoke things. Although, and the honorable mentions for a reason, for sure. This is just a good, clean way to give haste to your creatures, so. Okay, guys, is that everything? I think so. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first game, guys. Let's go. That's some good luck for us for the rest of the evening. Took 1 second. Oh, not a bad hand, right? We got our Dino right away. We got the lands we need. We go first. Okay, I like this. Let's get that rabbit. Oh, dude, I really just do that, dude. Oh no! I made an oops. I clicked through it on accident. I'm sorry, guys. Well, hopefully we don't lose by 1 damage. That would be embarrassing. Okay. Sticky Fingers on the Rabbit Battery wouldn't be bad, but it's probably going to be a cut down before the Sticky Fingers lands. At this point, man. We have Squee next turn, too. Yeah, I'll try it. Generally speaking, the opponents have it, right? But you never know. Like I said, as long as we don't As long as we don't lose by 1, that's all that matters now. Oh man. Nothing like starting off the first game by misclicking the button over here. Alright, let's see if Squee can actually get an attack through. And holding the sticky fingers back and just swinging with Rabbit Battery would have been fine too, I guess. Rabbit Battery still would have died there. But we'd still have sticky fingers in hand, but it's not like a deck like this doesn't... Ooh, okay, more land. I guess it might not be too bad. It's just not blue over here. Cut down number 2. At this point, it could be go for the throat. This is what I mean by sticky fingers was probably never going to land against a deck like this anyways. Okay, luckily we can eventually bring Squee back too, so... Yeah, at this point, I guess I don't mind seeing more land, huh? Hopefully, yeah, keeping 3 open. Hey, Onslaught is pretty good, man. It's instant speed. We do it at the end of their turn, especially if they go like Liliana for the turn, which I guess they would have done last turn since they had the 3. Ooh, big scary. Okay. I'm focusing on that button now. Not gonna mess up. Yeah, right into the Imperiosaur, guys. Oh, wow. Crucible's pretty good, huh? But not this time round. It's Imperiosaur, right? The Ward 2's really good. Dude, look at that. Look at that, man. That's a 10-10 trample Ward 2 on turn 5. As bad as this was, as uphill as this was, wow, we could probably get that out way sooner. Go for the throat, pay the ward cost. Okay. we're getting in trouble, guys. 3 pieces of spot removal is not unheard of by any means, so it's not like, oh, another Squee. We can bring this Squee back too, so I mean, probably doesn't matter. I guess bringing the Squee back from the grave might be better, because this might be the deck that runs a type of deck that runs Graveyard Trespasser. And then if we do run into a Liliana, then we can discard the other Squee from hand, right? I think that makes sense. And then we'll keep Crucible back. We're pretty much dead next turn. Not literally next turn, but like, you know, if the opponent finds a board wipe or something small, this is the type of deck that would run like a Brotherhood's End or something, then we would be dead, right? Or burn down the house at that point would do us in as well. Chandra. Oh. That could do it as well. Wait, it's any target, right? X damage to each of up to 2 targets. So they could do -5, yep, to our face. And then this just swing. Dude, good game, opponent. Wow. Looks like a scary Rakdos build, but, you know, 3 pieces of spot removal and my misclick early on. It's like I said, though, at least we didn't lose by 1. So my early swing with the Rabbit Battery did not matter. And keeping Sticky Fingers in hand, it's not like Sticky Fingers gives haste or anything. If it did, if that was like a hammer hand instead, then yeah, keeping that back for when the Imperiosaur dropped. Then we didn't have any open mana either, so yeah, that would have been a tough uphill battle regardless, I would say. As long as they had that removal for the Imperiosaur. Other words, if they used all their spot removal earlier and didn't have removal for that Imperiosaur, then that would have been crazy, dude. Alright, no green source. Do we need it right now? Maybe. Is this a mulligan, guys, or do we try this? Opponent goes first. Okay, alright, we'll mulligan. I think I would normally keep this, but since this is a patron suggestion, I want to do my best to actually get some wins here. Is better. I think we keep the Impulse and we send one of the Rabbit Batteries. I like seeing 2 of these, though. Actually, the Forest is a little unnecessary now, right? Actually, no, yeah. I like having the double red because we have so much red in hand. I was going to say, if we get rid of the Karplusan Forest, then we won't be taking the pain damage when it comes time, but that's fine. Alright, look at us, guys. We're actually going to swing with the Rabbit Battery this time. Mission accomplished. We have Burning Sun's Fury. Might just keep the Karplusan Forest back for now. Honestly, just like... wow, there's actually a lot of options here. I guess we're just going to swing with Battery and play Requisitioner down. Because it could be the Impulse, but I don't think we use that yet. Because we use the Impulse when we have a bit more on the board. And we can use the Convoke abilities. Stomper. Okay, up against some ramp. We got to go a little bit faster. A little bit faster here, then. Gleeful Demolition. Okay. Maybe it's the Impulse for the turn now. See what we see. I guess so. Because there's a way to get a little extra damage through, but Jewel Thief, that's really good. Continue to go wide, or do we run right into a board wipe next turn? Gleeful Demolition could hit the battery as well. We could always reconfigure and just swing for 4. Reconfiguring might be a safer play. If they do go for a board wipe, then at the very least we keep the rabbit battery around. I don't mind that, other than going wide with the other rabbit battery, because if we see like an Imperiosaur off the top, then obviously going wide would be a little better. 1, 2, uh-oh. Stomper swings in right away. Okay, these ramp builds have been looking sweet, dude. They've been crushing it recently, man. Atraxa ramp, I don't even think they run any Reanimator, they just cast out the Atraxas anymore. And this card has been a true MVP, man. Invasion of Zendikar has been insane. Yeah, couple 4/4s blocking really well. A Jewel Thief comes down. I wonder if they just take some damage here, man. Oh, we should go Jewel Thief. I wouldn't mind getting this down and starting to draw, but they ramp so well already. We can trade out some creatures, that's not terrible. Burning Sun's Fury could get us there if we go... Well, first... Okay. I don't want to do this, guys, because, yeah, we could totally just try to go wide here. If we reconfigure the battery onto Jewel Thief, that gains haste. I think I'll use the treasure token and play the second rabbit battery. How do we feel about that? Oh, they have one of their pieces of exile removal, don't they? Well, I think we still try it, but definitely... How come I can never remember the name of that domain removal? Alright, we'll get a swing here. See if they trade. Which I'm pretty sure they drop that piece of removal. No, going for the trade. Get a couple rabbit batteries on this board. Tapping for the mana. And then maybe they exile one of the rabbit batteries? Then we have the treasure, but I'm not going to use the Gleeful Demolition. Honestly, I'd rather equip a battery to a battery, but I think I'm just going to hold back for the turn. Keep the treasure for something else for now. A lot of options in this deck so far. Hellish Norn. Oh, that's a pain. At least it wasn't an Atraxa, though, right? Alright. Gleeful Demolition. Okay. Okay. How do we get around a 4/7 with Vigilance? Can't successfully get this first strike above the 7, unfortunately. Burning Sun for both batteries doesn't get it there. It gets it to 6, which is pretty good, honestly, but... Maybe we just go wide with Gleeful. Pop the treasure token. And then equip battery to battery. And then just wait and see what happens. At this point, we need to see one of our dinos. Maybe I should have had all 4 of them in here. It's gotta be that exile removal, right? They didn't use it last time. I can only imagine they're waiting for something larger to hit then. Which at that point, this would be a good target for them, right? Actually, instead of going battery into battery, maybe we'll just... feel like we have a lot of tough decisions going on right now, guys. Let's equip into these, playing around a board wipe at this point. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, unfortunately, this blocks a little bit too well. We need something, but I don't know what that something is. I mean, burn would be good off the top too, like a Stoke the Flames would potentially get us there against the Elish Norn. Okay, Invasion of Zendikar. Hey, I actually really like the Elish Norn edition here. That's a really cool opponent. I think this might be the first time I'm seeing the Elish Norn in one of these ramp builds. I mean, you got all the ETBs, you might as well. At least as a one of. Maybe I've seen it before. Maybe. Yeah, I'd say they have a little bit of land over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ossification. Okay. Okay, luckily... yeah, the rabbit battery. Oh, it has that ETB too, so they get to pick both of them up, though. Yeah, but luckily the rabbit battery's sticking around. That's brutal stuff. Okay. Something great off the top. Burning Sun's Fury. Oh, no. It's not doing enough here. Wait a minute. No, see, we don't have enough. Like, getting the Samut down is 3 already. I was gonna say, if we can equip a battery... oh, it does have Vigilance. It does have Vigilance. Equip 1 battery, and then activate Burning Sun's Fury twice. No, we're 1 mana short, right? Yes, because the battery that we're equipping won't be a creature that we can tap anymore. Oh, we can... no, because we'll have to swing, and then the reconfigure is sorcery speed only. Darn. Darn, guys. Okay, if we... okay, I will equip this. Yeah, the 7, man. The 7 toughness is super rough. I can only imagine. Yeah, Leyline Binding, that's what it's called, guys. Yeah, we felt them holding that open earlier with that 1 mana. I couldn't think of the name, though. That's another ETB, so at least Rabbit Battery's sticking around, but we're getting picked apart, guys. And I don't want to spend too long on this game, and it does, like, it looks like they're having a little bit of trouble. You know what? Okay. I guess you can have that. I was gonna say, it looks like they're having a little bit of trouble actually getting damage through here, so we might end up conceding, even though I usually don't like doing that. But I mean, come on. This one's got to be theirs, right? Still got 2 cards in hand. I don't know what order things could have happened in that would have been a little bit better for us. Like, an extra mana last turn. I guess if I would have saved anything back, regardless the Leyline Binding was going to be happening, right? So, okay. This is fine. I'll play it out for 1 more turn just for the sake of seeing what's on top. But always keep an eye. At the bottom of the video, there's chapters, and in the description, we have timestamps as well. Always feel free to skip around the video, guys, for sure. Okay. Like Burning Sun's Fury. Sure. Why not? And then we'll keep the other Burning Sun's Fury as a surprise. We'll swing with these 3. Yeah, we'll give him haste. A full swing in. I mean, if they even let us, right? Usually Leyline Binding is the most abundant card in the domain builds. Because we might be able to take out the Skyclave, Awaken Skyclave, right? And then get a little extra damage through here, too. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, the Elish Norn having a 4/7. This is just a beast of a mid-range card, guys. Wow. Especially against a deck like this that doesn't have much in ways to actually remove it. We're heavily relying on getting big chunky things down. And just going wide, too, for that matter. All right, let's see what's on top. Also, got the opponent down to 11. Not terrible. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. That would have been so good earlier. That would have been so good. You know what? Now I want to go one more turn. Like I said, always feel free to skip ahead. Now I want to see, because they haven't found their Atraxa yet either. Kind of a weird game for them. I feel like as good as everything was over there, I feel like they're getting a little unlucky. You know what I mean? And one could argue we got a little unlucky too with the timing of things, but there was probably a way somewhere in there. We had so many different decisions. Okay, cycling out the Proving Ground. Okay. Double block. Let's do this. Let's do this. Actually, I should wait. Because if I do the Rebel Salvo on top of the stack, they can destroy one of the creatures. And now we do the Rebel Salvo. There we go. Elish Norn is out of the equation, guys. Mirrex, my MVP. Let's go. There's no real reason to wait, right? Oh, no. There is a reason to wait till the end of their turn. Board wipes and such. Well, that's rough, huh? Okay. You reconfigure onto you. And we'll let them win next turn, right? No, I mean, we'll probably... Oh, yeah, no, we'll have to... We only had one blocker anyway, so they had 12 regardless. So, yeah, we might as well activate this and let them swing on in. Why not, right? A good game, opponent. I had fun with this one. There's something to be said about, like, just trying to work through the puzzle that the opponent's given you. You know what I mean? That Elish Norn was insane, dude. That was something else. Alright, how far are we? 27? Okay. Okay, 27 minutes in. We can easily get, like, 3 more games in. If we focus down, we try to go fast, right? If the game goes on too long like that one and it's heavily leaning towards the opponent, maybe we'll concede, try to get as many games in as possible. Very fun deck so far, guys. One goes first, and a little bit of a slower hand. I don't mind the double Gala Greeters, man. We're gonna give this a shot. If they're not mono red or something, okay. Let's do this. The double Gleeful Demolitions could be a problem if I don't get the treasure off of the Gala. The first Gala Greeters needs to survive the turn. Other words, this could be a problem. Oh, Harvester. Wow, I wasn't even paying attention. They'd probably just pop that with Harvester right away, right? Because Gala... Oh! Okay. No blocks. Gala Greeters is definitely a threat to keep on this board. I'll probably go... I mean, Squee's pretty good here. Second Gala Greeters is probably better, though. So, second Gala Greeters. Get treasure token. Come on. Land on this board. Yes! Yes! Okay. Treasure token. Gleeful Demolition. Check this out. About to pop off with these Gala Greeters, man. Oh, man. That's so good. Okay. Gain some life. Treasure. Oh, treasure. There we go. Gain some life. There we go. Okay. Burning Sun's Fury for a swing. Stoke the Flames. See if we go tap 2, we go you, tap 2. It is, in fact, my go, opponent. Thank you. They're going to go for the throw on one of the Gala Greeters. Still a pretty good swing here, huh? A cut down would have been really bad for the other Gala Greeters too, but at this point, Gleeful Demolition on the other one. The Burning Sun's Fury was pretty good there, man. They go ahead. Now they use the Harvester on the Gala Greeters. Yep. Harvester number 2. Okay, they keep 2 open, so probably a go for the throat, I would assume. I don't mind. I don't mind a full swing here. They might let the Squee go through. We also have the Stoke the Flames, but the reason we full swing is it's an extra couple damage since we're going wide enough here. If they block a 1-1, and if they block the Squee, then eventually we can bring the Squee back. Okay, Gleeful Demolition is technically not open because we'd have to use the treasure and just like pop one of their blood tokens or something. Which I need to keep an eye out today, man. Sometimes I forget that, yeah, we do have this in here to take care of the opponent's artifacts too. Not blood tokens by any means, but you guys know what I mean. Duress. Stoke the Flames is gone. Yeah, Stoke the Flames probably because that could just like hit the opponent's face. We'll have to target Liliana with at least one. Okay, one of the goblins is fine. Well, they're all goblins technically, but you guys know what I mean. Requisitioner. I guess we just bring back Squee, man. Against a deck like this is super sketchy. Or super scary for the opponent, right? This is fine. Swing 1. Rest at face. You gotta take care of that Liliana right away. Nice, their last card isn't like a cut down or anything. Alright, let's see that board wipe, opponent. Let's see it, buddy. Burn down the house? It could be. No, they pass it back. GG, opponent. Let's go, guys. That's what I'm talking about, man. Had a great just time going wide, huh? Look, we drew the Ancient Imperiosaur. Oh, buddy. Wait, did we have a way to give it haste? Not this time round, but because we used the Burning Sun's Fury earlier to try to get more damage through. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we used all 5 of the creatures and one of these was a rabbit battery, then we could have played this out for 7 and immediately attached the rabbit battery. So that's an example of how easy it could potentially be to actually give that dino haste, right? Of course, we didn't have a rabbit battery out there, but you know, just giving an example. Dude, let's keep going, man. That was a good one. Oh, man. Guys, like I mentioned earlier, yeah, this is a patron suggestion. So over in the Discord, we have a special section for the patrons. It's an exclusive Discord channel. There's one for chatting and there's one for suggestions. And that's one of the I would call it the appeal, I guess. One of the main appeals for joining our Patreon. So if you're interested, yeah, like I said, down in the description, we got a link. Okay, I don't mind this. We're going first. Right into Gala Greeters, probably. We might play Mirrex instead of Crucible, depending on what we draw here. Oh, Gala Greeters is going to be so good if we can actually... Okay, all right. We play Mountain then. You guys suppose Gala Greeters just gets picked up right away? Probably. We should try it. We should try it, guys. And the life gain on the Gala Greeters is really what we want to look at here. For a couple turns at the very least. See, then like a play with fire on the Greeters. Commando. Gala Greeters is safe for the turn. Oh, we take that. On 15. Another land off the top. Okay. I don't mind Impulse, but we should probably gain that life immediately. If we get Mirrex down now, No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, we just play this out. I was thinking like haste and stuff, because then we'll get the treasure token. But no. Well, yeah, no. The treasure token isn't worth it over like a we keep Gala Greeters around. We're not blocking with that. All right. Anyways, yeah. Even though it's gonna be exiled because Kumano flips. One, we wanted to get the creature that could actually block a little bit, right? Like, we could block one of the Swift Spears, but at this point they're probably getting a little higher than, so we probably block Etching. They burn Requisitioner. Yeah, see, not getting the treasure there is rough. Okay. If I would have kept Gala Greeters back as an emergency blocker, we could have chumped one of the Swift Spears, and if they get it up to 4, if they get these up to 4 attack, then uh-oh, right? I like keeping the Gala Greeters here, though. With that attack, I don't even think I would have chumped. I would have, so we still got that one through. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Gleeful Demolition is good, but since we didn't get the treasure on the Requisitioner because of the exile on the Etching, that worked out pretty nicely for them. So if we go Reckless Impulse, we might see a little more. Might be the best bet, huh? We need to be able to chump these, so something like Sticky Fingers isn't half bad. Something like Sticky Fingers isn't half bad, as long as that's not burn in hand. This gets us the treasure. We play Mirrex. Activate the Gleeful Demolition. Pretty cool, man. Check out these chump blockers and gaining life. Let's go. Another treasure. Up to a 2-2. They drop us the nice. Thank you, opponent. Thank you. Hey, Burning Sun's Fury might even help us trade some stuff out here, man. How cool is this, man? Really fun. Phoenix check. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Okay, how do we want to do this? Because the Swift Spears are well over. Okay, we gotta go to the blocking step. We'll take out the Etchings. Chump a Swift Spear. Yeah, the Swift Spears are a problem, man. 1 in the air. 3 on the ground. Boop, boop. It don't matter which ones we tap. The Etchings are out of here. Down to 4. Oh my goodness, man. Crazy game. Squee can swing. Crucible. We should definitely do Squee, right? Right? Is that safe? It might not be. And instead, if we do Onslaught to block, have blockers on the ground. I mean, same thing with Crucible. Gain a little bit of life. The Gala Greeters could get us a treasure, which doesn't seem worth it, does it? Maybe we don't swing with Squee. Keep it as a blocker. We could. Go back up to 6. Gala Greeters as a blocker might be a better bet, actually. Alright, let's risk it. Let's do this. If we had something a little cheaper in hand, then I would have swung with Greeters to get the treasure off the Sticky Fingers, but since both of these cost 4... Crucible cost 3. Squee is a legendary, guys. If I would have swung with the Gala Greeters, we could have played Crucible for 3. I only saw that after the fact. Oh no. That could have been really good, man. Let's see what they see off the top. Scamp. Not bad. That's not bad. Block a Swift Spear, take 4. Ow. Okay. Rockfall Vale. See, it costs 3. Mishra's Onslaught we could have on their turn. Keep a blocker there. Actually, if we get that extra treasure token here too. Back up to 4. So now that's 3, and then Onslaught is 4. Right? So I suppose we do that now, and then have Onslaught on their turn, right? Because that way we get the last 2 on the Greeters for the turn, and then next turn we have the life gain again. We have blockers on the ground. Scamp can help them get through, and if they find burn off the top, then nice. They got a Squee off the top. So the question is then, do we try to take out as much on the ground as possible here, or do we just block more? 2, 3. Take 2 there. If we just chump for the turn, then I think that's good enough over trying to take things out. Gain 2 back up to 6. Get that counter. There it is, guys. GG, man. GG. Then all we had to do was chump to the point where we would survive and then full swing next turn. Because the Squee was generating extra creatures. We could also get creatures off the Mirrex too. That was really good. That was that should honestly be the last game. Just end on a really high note. Taking out mono red feels good. Yeah, no, I think we will call it there, actually. Ending on a high note feels really good. Samwise, what's up, buddy? Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go over the deck, huh? I do have a thing or two to say about this. Convocasaurus, we put that in quotations up there because that's what the patron that suggested the deck called it. So very cool list, guys. Very, very cool. I actually think that it was, first of all, Mirrex was worth it. Second of all, I do think all the dual lands, all the rare dual lands was worth it as well. If you don't have all of them, then I'm sure it would still be fine. But it's like the way we're splashing it in here that those extra dual lands really matter. Like, you kind of saw how often we had to do like double red on the same turn, or like, you know. And again, the Imperiosaur has the double green in it. I would have loved to see Imperiosaur more today, but like in a lot of those games, had we seen this, it would have just been really good, right? So I think that's a testament to the card at least, right? So Squee was really good. Jewel Thief was fine. Gala Greeters MVP, huh? We played with a lot of Gala Greeters in the past, especially around the time when it first came out. And the card is just like one of those cards that's just, it's crazy that it sees no play, like pretty much across. Where do you guys see Gala Greeters? And that might be the fault of just green as a color right now, but I don't know. Like, you know, green sees play in like Selesnya enchantments and stuff like that. So Gala Greeters, dude, this was really good. The big problem, of course, is just like the infinite amounts of removal that the opponents like to play, and so it ends up dying often. But if you can get it to stick around, and especially if your opponents are relying on burn as their removal, then you can get those +1/+1 counters on this relatively effectively, huh? Requisitioner once again today had a big problem with the exile on the etching, and the last few times I played with Riveteers Requisitioner, I keep running into the exact same problem. It dies while etching is on the opponent's board, and it gets exiled, so we don't get that treasure. And that's probably why we don't see too much Requisitioner. But not every match is against mono red, so not every match is up against etching. So that extra treasure token really does come in handy. And you could see like how important it was to actually generate those artifacts for us. Because Gleeful Demolition coming in clutch often. Do you go up to 4 of these? I don't think so. 3 is probably a sweet spot. Sticky Fingers was great as usual. It usually is. The big problem again is just the infinite amounts of spot removal that everybody's playing. You do your dandiest to try to play around the spot removal, but there's just going to be some games that it's just not possible. So the Sticky Fingers, you attempt it and the creature dies immediately before the Sticky Fingers lands. And if you do play around with it, then of course you try to wait for like your opponent to tap out or something like that. But even then, it really, really depends, man. Like even up against mono blue, they're rocking Fading Hope. That gets rid of the creature kind of, and then Sticky Fingers just slides on into the grave, and you feel a little bad about it. But that's why there's only one of them. We're not heavily relying on the card, but it's still, I'd say, I'd call it powerful enough to at least have a one of, right? I liked the one of Impulse as well. Burning Sun's Fury was pretty sweet, huh, guys? The Mishra's Onslaught was good. The Crucible, like I said when we were going over the deck, maybe we actually do want two of these, right? If so, you could drop a mountain, go up a Crucible. If you do, every now and then, the fact that it's legendary is going to hold you up, but only every now and then. More often than not, we try to hold back Crucible for the utility of it anyways, and it ends up working out quite nicely. Watch out for what I did in that last game, too. I almost... we could have gotten pretty punished for... Yeah, I thought I wasn't going to have enough mana, but yeah, Squee's legendary, so it does make the Crucible cost one less as well. If you don't want to drop a mountain, I could see maybe dropping the Rockfall Vale, but in a deck like this, even though the curve is relatively low, we do want probably 4 on the board more often than not, right? Because there's plenty of turns where you want to do multiple things on the same turn, and sometimes you just can't convoke out properly without having some of that extra mana. So all the Vigilance really came in handy. I would have liked to see the Samut do a little bit more here too, or Samut. Yeah, dude, I have no idea. You guys let me know, how are you pronouncing this card? Anyways, Vigilance on that, Vigilance on Jewel Thief can really come in handy when you swing in, and then you can use those to convoke at instant speed while you're swinging, like get that Burning Sun's Fury on this, which has the first strike too, so that could be absolutely disgusting, right? Or yeah, same concept, dude. Burning Sun's Fury on the Jewel Thief after the swing because it has Vigilance too. You tap that down for the Fury. Or exact same concept with the Stoke the Flames too. Maybe the Vigilance creatures get some damage through, and then you finish off the game with the Stoke the Flames. Having Imperiosaur on the top end as a 3 of is fine. If I would have ran 4, we probably would have seen it a little bit more today, but I think 3 is perfect sweet spot for it. Same concept with the Gleeful Demolition. There seems to be a good balance of everything, I would say. The only thing I would really consider changing is maybe dropping down to like 2 Riveteers Requisitioners, and then finding another way to generate artifacts and or creatures that have like hasty effects or something along those lines. Like actually in the honorable mentions, we had the reckless werewolf that apparently I no longer know the name of. Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, I could see dropping 2 Riveteers Requisitioners for a couple Stormseekers. I think we had enough ramp in here to still have like a good chunk of 3 drops and still only have the 23 land. But if you do go up the Stormseekers, then we might want to consider the 24th land. And what would you drop at that point? I'm not really sure. Maybe like a Jewel Thief, but that's a little bit of ramp too, and Jewel Thief seemed pretty good. So it depends. It depends. Alright guys, enough rambling, huh? If you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.